again, it has been a while, and we've missed you. Look, to be honest, it's just we've been kind of busy, and we haven't got some drams in because we were going to do this, and that is a beautiful bottle of 1953 Grand Champagne Cognac by Jean Philot. That 1953. Wow, there's not many things I get to taste that are old me. That is truly old me. Thank you. Yes.
Didn't want to mention it, but thank you.
Only 42%, but I've never tasted something at 42%, with such intense flavour.
Especially in cognac. I usually find cognac's a little bit more subdued than whiskies, even at 40%. But this had plenty of flavour. It was delicious. It was aged very, very well.
So sorry we didn't share that with you.
Sorry that she's done.
You don't really want to hear about that anyway.
Then what did we have?
We had a beautiful Talisker 30-year-old, and that was only put on the bar this week.
But it's already gone as well. So sorry guys, you missed out on that one too.
I might have just drunk the last nip just before. There's a tiny bit left in the bottle. I had to drink it.
That's the Admiral share.
It is. Some people call it the Angel share. I call it the Animal share.
What do you think?
It's actually fantastic, and it's really good. It has got some lovely flavours and richness. The smoke is still definitely there. It's faded a little bit. It definitely has some of those salty, briny, sea type characters, which is fantastic.
Talisker is kind of defined by those coastal, peppery kind of notes.
It does, totally. And then the thing for me is like, you're having something like that, I would love to see it over 50%. What is it, 45?
It's 45.8, which is Talisker's regular bottling strength. So this used to actually be in the Diageo Special Reserve collection, I think in 2010, and then it was at cask strength. But since 2011, it's actually gone into the regular Talisker range, and now bottled at the regular bottling strength, which is the bizarre 45.8%. But unfortunately, guys, that was also a bottle kill within the week. So we've had to bring out another one for you guys just to do the video, but this is another one.
So the Commodore gives me a call, says, right, Admiral, we've done that one.
More whiskey, more whiskey.
We're not even making any money on it. How am I going to do this? No, it's like, cool, all right. Down to the cellar I go, see what I can find. So we have this. Now we haven't done too much in the way of grain whiskey. We did one other. So this is the Cally. We're going to give you some information about that, which is fantastic. This is a ghosted distillery. The last one we did, the grain one,
that was
also
the
old.
Canvas, and I think that
that was a 40.
Was it 40?
Yeah, Canvas 40-year-old. And that, I wasn't expecting a whole lot. And when buying these things, we think, well, we don't get to taste them, unfortunately. So it's like, my rep is saying, no, it's good. It's like, really, it's a grain whiskey. Am I going to really love grain whiskey? Fuck.
It was delicious.
That was awesome.
Language in the bar.
It was really good. It's amazing, some of these things, and how will they hold up. I mean, you've got to understand with these blends, they're trying to make the best whiskey they can from all sorts of different things. It's not just from the single malts they have in-house, but from different places to add these different flavours.
Absolutely. And utilising grain is a huge part of just about every blend of whiskey in the world. So not usually would you find a 40-year-old grain whiskey, so it's pretty special that they've decided to just release something like this, where usually it would go into a blend of some of the other Diageo releases. But yeah, this is a pretty special bottling. At 40 years old, grain whiskey, there would have been a huge amount of angel share lost in that barrel over 40 years. And I think there was just over 5,000 bottles bottled. So this is one of the 5,000.
5,060. Well, good. That's good. All those numbers here remembers. So the Cally, this is a lowland. Doesn't exist anymore. Originally called the Edinburgh Distillery.
It was, because they were located very close to Edinburgh. In fact, I think they were located right next to a railway.
The Haymarket.
The Haymarket. In fact, on the label, this is a beautiful label, guys. If you do come and get a shot of this, please ask the guys to see the bottle, because you definitely don't want to check out the label. But this actually has a beautiful little illustration of the Haymarket station on the front with the iconic chimney, which I believe is still on site. The only bit that is still on site? Or?
Yep. The only thing left, a little posterity is the word, for posterity's sake.
Great.
So yeah, it is. It's still there and it's beautiful. The rest has been turned to apartments, we believe. Originally built in 1885 by Graham Menzies. This particular bottling was distilled in 1974, so couple of years younger than me.
Not many though. And fascinating thing about the Caledonian Distillery, or what the workers used to call it, the Cally, as a nickname for the distillery. But they actually shut in '88, so as Marcus alluded to before, it's actually a ghosted distillery. They haven't existed for
88, shut the gate.
30 years. '88, shut the gate. That was the motto for them, unfortunately. But knowing Diageo, they do actually have some older barrels than this stored away, so hopefully we'll see those in future special releases from Diageo.
What do we know about the barrel and things for this?
I'm assuming that this would have been, so distilled in '74, this would have been matured exclusively in American oak hogsheads for its entirety of 40 years old. So I'm expecting to have a lot of these big, rich, bourbony kind of characteristics to it, being 100% grain, which I'm saying the majority of that was corn. It's going to be pretty sweet, it's going to be quite bourbony, but I think some of these people might need to know what it tastes like. So I think we might need to pour it out, taste it for you, and let you guys know.
The majority of the grain is corn, so they don't use like a barley. They just mainly, they still use corn and things like that. It's interesting.
That's it. Cheers.
Cheers.
To the Cali 40.
Oh man, it's rich.
It is rich.
That is so good. It's
on the
sweet.
nose too, but a little bit different to what I expected. It's certainly got those bourbony. It's got a lot of vanilla in there.
Oh, yeah, but it's like
Even the wood is nice.
raisiny.
It's raisiny. I also get like, it's almost like I've cut an apple, open it up, and that's what I smell. Just
I do get some of those pine nuts, maybe a little bit of varnish. Ooh, I nearly swore again.
scrumptious.
It's really good. I can't
Buttery and sweet. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's probably not, from what the nose gave away, it's probably not as sweet on the palate. In fact, it's almost got,
It's got heaps.
it's got a bit of spice. It's quite big. What's the percentage of this? It's 52 point something, I think.
It is 53.3.
There we go. I mean, it's big, it's tasty, and even now, it comes down into big, butterscotchy, honey,
Cinnamon.
Oh, it's delicious on the finish.
Oh, it still goes. It's going, man. It is fantastic. This is amazing for a 40-year-old whiskey with how much punch it has. This has the punch that I have to say that the Talisker just did not. This is.
You think that's coming from the higher ABV?
I think the higher ABV helps. It's about helping to hold the flavour.
Yeah.
I mean, water is water. It doesn't have the flavour. They're just adding water. This is just the booze has the
But even
flavour.
the length on this, it's still huge in my mouth. And I only took a little sip. It's still very prevalent in my mouth. But it's finishing really buttery,
Really buttery.
almost like honey, butter, toffee. Yeah, certainly. Oh, it is delicious.
good.
This is a
The
cracker.
smell on this is amazing.
I remember the canvas, and I was pretty blown away by that canvas.
I was
Now,
totally blown. That canvas is impressive.
that was
changed my
sweeter.
mind.
That was sweeter in my mind. This probably has some sweetness on the nose, not so much on the palate, but oh man, this is delicious. Anyone that's into their bourbons has got to get this in their mouth. But even then, for just an older, higher ABV grain whiskey, something a bit special, a bit unusual. Don't usually get to see these kind of bottles on the bar. That is exceptional. That is really, really good.
You get it in your mouth and it just kind of just gets in there. So after you swallow, you kind of suck in your own mouth and you're just still getting more of that. So you salivate. Yeah, the sweetness isn't huge. It has this wonderful lot of dry spice, even a little nutmeg coming in there. And ooh, wee, that is good.
Bloody tasty, and the flavour I feel enhanced by these beautiful hand-blown Deborah Lilly whiskey glasses.
Thanks, guys. Well, I think we should crown him with these little break-even bottle tags. So that's our next one. Come down to Hains Co. Come down and see any of the crew. They'll sort you out. Break-even bottle number, who knows how many.
Let's just call it 40.
Till next time. Bye, sailors.